going to just move over here because, well, look at this assembled group of people. They collared me earlier and said, we really want you to come and see what you're doing. And so with that sort of enthusiasm, I definitely couldn't refuse. Now, we've added to the team since I last saw you. I'm going to come on to this. This is what it's all about. This is about plastics in the oceans and the sort of damage that it can do to wildlife, but also to the rest of us as well. So let me work along the line then. What's your name?
I'm Louis.
Louis, tell me about the picture that you're holding.
This is like a sea lion that got stuck, and there's there's loads of litter, so it can die with all this litter. So you need to be more careful, like just don't litter in oceans. And there are loads of fish nets there, and they just strangle the creatures and kill them.
Brilliantly explained. Thank you very much. I'm going to move along the line. You're making the point even more clearly about the dangers of these kind of nets. What's your name?
I'm Noah, and this is somebody scuba diving. And if you can see, there are fish nets, and this can damage all the fish in the ocean, and it can make the numbers go down even more quickly.
There's a giant net. So there's our diver, and then just in the background, just to the top there, you can perhaps see the net just in fine detail, just there, catching all of the fish. And you volunteered to be in the net, which I'm sure is not a nice experience, but you're highlighting it really well. And I know that you've got a game that children can play actually over with you, so they can come and see. Let's move along and talk to Sol. Hello. Now, we've met before, haven't we? Nice to see you.
So we have got these ducklings.
I had no idea you had that under your jumper.
And here's some bugs. So you could either choose have meat, which is duckling, or you could have bugs.
Has your little duckling got a name?
I think this one is Custard and this one is Waddles.
Do you know, I think I can hear them making a noise. We'd have to be really quiet to be able to hear, but I thought I heard a little sort of kind of noise.
Yeah, they usually make squeaks, and if you can see here, they're starting to grow some fur.
They look lovely and soft. I can't believe you'd managed to stash them away and hide them from me. Tom, you've got a brilliant little duckling as well.
Yeah, I do. And it's trying to see its friend. They are very cute animals, and they're 1 month young, aren't they?
Yeah, they are only young. And I know that you've both been to the Festival of Nature before, haven't you?
Yeah, they're about a month, just over a month old.
And tell us what it's like to be coming to Festival of Nature then. What do you like about it?
Well, I like how there are lots of different tents and stuff, and there are lots of stalls in where you can have a look. I've seen this man in a tent that was making these woods out of birds, and it's really interesting.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to move along the line. Look at what's going on here. This is Tom. Hello, Tom. Nice to meet you.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming along. So what we were trying to do was set up a stand for training up kids to be secret agents for nature. And so we had two sections. One was about the land, one was about the sea. So Thursday was World Oceans Day. Monday is Meat-Free Day. So a lot of people in Bristol are going Meat-Free Mondays. And so we want to talk about the problems that these boys explained really clearly. This is my eco club from Clifton High School, who sponsored our event. And so we talked about all the problems of, this is monofilament netting. And on the stand there, you might have seen some kids crawling underneath, and their monofilament nets catch everything apart from fish that we don't want them to catch. So they get stuck in the nets. The picture you saw there, the fish in those nets, actually gets dumped into a fish farm. So they're not for human consumption. So we're catching a lot of the world's oceans to stick into a fish farm. So you see in the background here, this is the fish farm netting. So it's not actually in the open sea. So for every farm caught fish that you eat, it's taken £5 to make that 1 pound of farm caught fish.
And you're a diver, aren't you?
So I used to be an underwater cameraman working for BBC and NGOs on environmental issues.
And you know only too well about the dangers of the nets as well with first-hand experience.
Yeah, the only times I've been really scared underwater were with monofilament nets, because the more you struggle, the more you get caught up in it, and you know that if you run out of air, you run out of air. You can't reach your knife to cut yourself out. It's really horrible.
Tell us what you've got here, because I came and saw you, and then you and the team were like, come on, you've got to eat this. And in fact, the boys were very much like, you've got to try some of these.
What we wanted to do on lamb was to try and encourage people to eat less meat. Doesn't have to stop eating meat. If you eat less meat, then you can stay eating. Burgers would use 2,000 litres of water, so that's 20 bars. A steak would be 50 bars worth of water. We're trying to get, this is launched today, Bristol Schools Nature Network, something else you can do to help nature on land. So every school put 2 by 3 square metres of land aside to manage for nature, either do nothing with it or manage it carefully for nature. And we build up a mosaic all around Bristol, and anything that can fly or crawl can use it as one big nature reserve. So we thought if we could get people to eat less red meat and look after the land better, we still need to find something else for people to do when they want to have some kind of protein. Obviously there's some vegetable-based proteins, but in here we've got some bugs that are now coming readily available. You can buy it as a flour, so you can make cookies. If you use about 15% of bug flour, it doesn't make any difference. But these are pretty tasty. We've been giving these out this morning. One boy had about 30 of these. Do you want to have, you eat any? Oh, these guys have got ducklings, they shouldn't. Louis here, he's pretty keen on these. He'll shove some of those in.
This is a bit like a glimpse into the future in a way, really, actually. We're probably all going to be eating these.
So Louis, when Louis an adult, he'll be eating these quite a lot. So you got quite a nice beetle there, Louis. Show you the camera, your nice big beetle.
Let's see your beetle just here.
That's
No, you don't want me to touch
chili
it.
flavoured. That's lime flavoured. And that's a beetle there, yeah.
Blimey, that's a combination of 3 things in one go. Well done, Louis. It was nice talking to you.
As a treat at the end.
Oh, there's a bit of chocolate in there.
Inside the chocolate is a cockroach, but he'll find that out when he eats it.
Which he does brilliantly. I tell you what, we've actually eaten some of them. I did come over and eat some with you, some of the mealworms, and they were very nice.
Does that mean you don't want any more? You already feel like you've done it?
Richard, who does the camera, will vouch for me. I did eat some of these. No, I'll do one now. You gave me one that was like from the Bush Tucker trial. I'd rather you didn't do that this time.
I didn't
No,
do
no.
that yet. Okay, good.
You don't need to
So
do
you
that
have
again.
A variety mix there.
Yeah, so what's in this pick and mix?
So you got 2 crickets and mealworms, and they've all been sterilised for human consumption.
And you think we're all going to be eating these fairly soon?
Yeah, either in a form of a dried flour that you use for baking, or straight like this. Yeah, because they've been barbecued and they've been flavoured, and they're very low impact on the environment.
As the cameraman, as someone who's a cameraman and who's used to working in the media, could you hold the microphone? Because I need to hand to you.
Lovely. So she's taking the first mealworm. She's blushing a little bit. She's not even holding back at all. She looks like a chef, celebrity chef. Here's your new career with dead bugs.
They are delicious. Let me just retrieve this. Thank you.
Lemon chapelina you just ate, and the mealworm you just ate. And you had the monopini worm earlier because you were very brave. Because you're a celebrity, you had to do the Bush Tucker trial.
Thank you. The good news is about this is that none of it wriggles, thank goodness, because that would be another level. I hope I get a sticker for this. Do I?
You can get a sticker for
I do get a sticker for this.
The most important thing is that we try to buy not net caught fish, but the most sustainable fish. So the trick is to take someone like these boys here, like Noah's, and make a club, and give his dad a little message of which are the most sustainable fish to buy. So if we all bought more sustainable fish, then we wouldn't end up with big dead oceans. At the moment, by 2050, all the main populations of fish will be reduced in their size, physical size, the population size, forever. And by 2050, we'll have the same weight of plastic in the sea, as Louis talked about earlier, as we will fish. So by 2050, when these boys are adults, they've got a lot of work to do between now and then.
You know, there's a great film, and I'm sure you're aware of it, and you'll probably tell me you've been involved in it, in fact, but A Plastic Ocean, which is showing as part of Festival of Nature, various different cinemas. It's been shown in places around Bristol, in Clevedon and other places too. Yeah, 28th of June is when it's going to be showing. And I watched that film. And in fact, one of the producers, a lady called Jo, came onto Radio Bristol, and she came with a large Kilner jar, like a really big one. And it was the contents, the stomach contents of a baby albatross. And it was things like printer cartridges. I mean, just absolutely astonishing. You know, you can totally identify them because they haven't broken down. And this is the point about these plastics. But yeah, we could go on about that, and we'll mention it again. If anyone wants to come and eat any of these bugs, I've proved that they're all fine so far, or they want to come and meet some of the team and have a go at some of the games that they've got, or see some of the ducklings, then they can do. Would anyone like to dig in? I've got like a good assembled crowd. Who's feeling brave? Anyone like to try any of these? Go on, you can do. And mums can be brave as well. You don't just have to leave it to the children. There we go. See, leading by example. It's not so bad so far. It's always a danger. You're pulling a face, but I think you'll be all right. Yeah, go on. Gentleman over here. Bug brilliance. That's a great description. Can I ask you, what did you make of that?
Yeah, fine. That doesn't have that much flavour, just crispy, really.
Have you ever tried a bug before?
No.
Could you imagine that might be where you get some of your protein from?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Let's pass the test with this lady. Let's move along. Have a word with you lot. What did you think?
It was fine. I've had them before, so I knew exactly.
Oh, you're all right. You knew what you were getting yourself into. What about you, sir?
Yeah, they're not too bad. You get used to it, I think.
Will they replace pork scratchings for you?
Maybe, yeah.
High praise indeed. That one tastes all right, see? Not quite going back in for seconds, though, are you?
No, it's not.
Not today. Okay. Thank you very much, team. Really nice to meet you. I know you've put a lot of work into your stand, like people. So look out for the blue flags, and you can go and meet the rest of the team around there. Thank you, one and all.